can. All right, hi everyone. Welcome once again to today's session. As I said before, it's going to be a very interactive one, so feel free to share your thoughts as much as possible. All right, so talking about the role of technology in increasing employability rate. Okay, so what does technology have to do with how or if I'm going to get employed when I graduate from school? I believe I'm addressing a lot of undergraduates through this session. So I just want to encourage you on why you should actually learn a technology skill before you graduate from school, because it's very important. All right, so let's proceed. So my name is Dami. I'm the founder of the Creative Kids Zone. I'm founder of the Creative Kids Zone, and basically what we do is we teach kids between 5 years old to 16-year-old technology skills, coding, robotics, design, artificial intelligence, like different technology skills at no cost. And professionally, I'm a UI UX designer, and I'm also a design educator, meaning I teach individuals and how they can come into UI UX design as a field. So there are new kind of jobs, right, that we see today that probably didn't even exist 10 years ago, or we didn't even know about them 10 years ago. Like right now, you're hearing a lot of people saying, okay, UI UX, data scientist, robotics engineer, and all of that. If you think back at 10 years ago, I just think back 10 years ago. Did you like hear those type of jobs? For me, maybe 10 years ago, the only type of jobs are maybe doctor, lawyer, teacher, engineer, like those common jobs. Those were what we knew then growing up, right? Even back in school, yeah. But the thing is, with the new type of jobs that exist today, you would wonder, okay, how did they come to be? Like, what made them exist? And also in another 10 years, so think about it. Who knows, like, the kind of jobs that will be available at that time, thanks to technology. Most of the time when I talk about these things, I always mention the fact that, see, in the next 10 years, honestly, if you don't know a tech skill, no matter how little it is, you probably be like the illiterate of the future, right? Like illiteracy in like 10 to 20 years will not be, oh, did you go to school or did you not go to school? It'll probably be, okay, which technology skill do you know and can you use, right? That's what will make you fit into like the job system of that time. So you have to start getting ready for it. Okay, so I'm just going to talk about like different things you need to know, right? Honestly, I wish I had the opportunity to be introduced to this particular thing while I was like in school, right? Right? Like, okay, you need to start right now that you are in school, because I didn't dive into UIS until I finished school, right? In 2018, right? So immediately I finished school was when I like went into UIX design. But oftentimes I keep wishing and I keep saying, oh, I wish I started this thing like way back, right? I wish I started this thing, I learned about this thing way back. I'll probably have been able to impact more lives or build like more products by this time. But let's just proceed. It's never too late to learn. You can pick it up right now and start learning about it. That's the interesting thing. Okay, so what is technology? I don't know if anyone wants to help us out from the audience, so you can just drop a chat. So as I said, it's going to be an interactive session. So what is technology? What do you understand by technology? Does anyone want to help us out? What is technology? It doesn't have to be like standard language or yeah, like what do you understand? You can use an example, you can use I want someone to say something. So what is technology? All right, I'm waiting in the chat section. Anyone? Technology. I want someone to say something. I would not skip this question. So I need someone to say something in the audience. So what is technology? What do you understand by the word technology? So I'm going to call names if I don't see anyone responding. All right, so Mapler says technology is a skill or method processes used to achieve a goal, used to achieve goals, okay? So people can use technology to produce goods or services. Yeah, that's very correct. Honestly, there's no one meaning to technology. It all depends on how you see technology, right? It all depends on how you like from your own point of view. So Emmanuel says application of practical knowledge. Yeah, like everyone is absolutely correct. Okay, technology. Right, Deborah, do you want to give it a try? Okay, Deborah left. All right. Yes. So it has different meanings, like different people. You just need to understand, okay, the point of view that you want to say it from. Okay. So my goal today is to let you know about like the various opportunities in technology and like the different fields that you can check out or read about or learn about or dive into basically. Okay. So think about it, right? There are several job opportunities. Like technology has fueled like economic growth. It has improved standard of living. It has opened up avenues for new and better kind of jobs. Right? Technology has also like provided like flexible work. It has also like changed or impacted the way the amount like how different companies work, how different workspaces like operate. So think about when COVID came into play, right? The education system was locked down for about 9 months. And that's because a lot of people in the education sector didn't know how to leverage use of technology to keep learning. But other workspaces that could adjust immediately, they just picked up technology tools and they were able to keep working even from the comfort of their homes. That's what technology allows you to do, right? There are a lot of students, like even the 9 month break that they had due to COVID. A lot of them were able to leverage these technology skills that I am about to talk about and make some money for themselves and gain some experiences for themselves. You know, when you now leave school, then people now start asking you, you're applying for a job, and people are asking you, okay, how many years experience do you have? And you're saying none, you don't have any experience whatsoever, like working. It shouldn't be like that because even um, right from secondary school, like that's our goal. It is given even right from secondary school, we're introducing people to these skills so they can always have these particular skills. They can always be ready to go and embrace like the employment world out there. So let's keep going. So what is the impact of technology on employment? Right? Honestly, technology has actually provided a lot of jobs, right? Whether you know it or not, right? It has provided even people from the comfort of their homes, they can pick up their phones and using their phones, they can start making money off of it. It could be through designing, it could be through writing of content, it could be through social media marketing, right? Even with their phone, you don't even necessarily need to have a laptop. Okay, so we are diving into learning how the use of technology has actually impacted like the employment rates and all that. So a lot of people say there are no jobs, there are no jobs out there, there are no jobs. But if you actually go on the internet and you search, like, okay, um, technology positions or vacancies or something in technology, or jobs in technology field or something, you will see thousands of them actually, right? So you wonder, okay, why are people still unemployed if we still have thousands and thousands of unfilled positions, especially in tech, right? And you notice that it's because there are actually not enough skilled people that have the knowledge and experience that are needed for those fields. And why is that? Because people are not taking out their time to actually learn these things. Okay, so technology has been able to create skilled jobs, right? Um, Technology is creating jobs for skilled workers so that they can empower themselves. Honestly, even you don't necessarily need to work under someone, right? But if you want to work under someone, the opportunities are also available. Okay, you can work on your own, you can start a business of your own with learning the technology skill, right? I've had people that learn web development on their own and they don't necessarily need to apply under a company to work. They can easily jump on Fiverr or Upwork and they'll get gigs. They'll get people that want them to create their website for them. I've seen people that learned graphic design on Canva and they were able to market themselves just on social media and were able to get a lot of jobs, like people coming to them and paying them for the work they do. Okay, so technology has impacted the employment rates in such a way that it has allowed like increased salaries because there's an high demand for these tech skills, right? It now makes it possible for people themselves, especially in tech, you can you get to tell the company how much you want them to pay you, depending on how skilled you are, right? And also the compared to other like jobs out there, I would say like technology jobs are like one of the most technology individuals are one of like the most paid, like out of like every other industry out there. Okay, even in education industry, you see an intermediate level person in a technology school, probably a software engineer, is earning a lot more than like a professor, right, in a university. So that shows you the I'm not saying those like the other career is not good, but yes, with your knowledge of technology, you can actually do a lot more. You can build a lot of things. You get the opportunities to actually um, like scale up financially. Also, technology can be applied in different sectors. Okay, be it the health sector. In the hospital, for instance, you can be in charge of their software engineering of all the tools they use in the hospital. Okay, maybe you're interested in working in hospital, or you studied medicine or something. Okay, but that doesn't mean you cannot still learn a technology skill. You can actually still learn how you can apply technology to that particular field that you have studied. Also, um, technology offers like new approaches to growth. As I said, there's also an avenue to learn new things every day when it comes to technology, right? You don't necessarily like technology keeps growing, keeps advancing, right? So there's always something new to learn. There's always something new to do. There's always a new product to come out. There are always like job opportunities, different avenues to keep growing every time when it comes to tech. Okay. So why should you go into technology? Why should you go into technology? The most important thing is you will actually learn new skills, which is like very, very important. Okay. And as I mentioned before, there are a variety of career choices. Okay. It's not just about fixing laptops or all of that. When it comes to technology, there are 1,001 things you can actually do, 1,001 careers, just technology related, that you can work in. All right. Also, technology is practical, so you can immediately like see the application of what you're doing compared to what you're doing in school right now, where they're just teaching you the theory, right? For instance, someone like myself, when I was in school, I studied computer science in school, honestly, but not until like when I went for like industrial training, my IT in my third year, before I realized, okay, this is the application of technology. All this one that we're doing in school is just theory, right? You might actually get discouraged or not actually see the importance of all of this thing, because honestly, we're doing mathematics, we're doing statistics, the theory, right? And I was getting discouraged while back in school, like, oh, is this what we want to go? Is this what technology is about? Up until when I now went for industrial training, and um, and they now let me know that okay, this and this is what technology is used for. Okay, you can actually see people using the products that you build. Okay, um, in our everyday lives, people interact with technology products, and I'm like, okay, so this is what technology is about. Okay, yeah. Also, technology provides you a flexible work style. Okay, you earn good money, and it's always in demand. So, what are like some of the technology jobs you should know? What are some of the technology jobs you should know? Um, there are a lot of them I mentioned. Web developer. So those are the ones that I build websites, um, web applications, like different web tools. Okay, you have a UI designer like myself. Basically, what we do is to design like user interfaces and user experiences for different products. Okay, you have like social media specialists. If you know that you love like being on social media, you can actually take your time to learn the skill of actually being like very good at it and become a social media specialist or a social media marketer or a digital marketer of like some sort. Is a skill, the technology skill you can actually learn. Okay, so there's also content writer or content editor. Okay, basically what they do is to write content for different people. It could be writing content for social media, it could be writing content for blogs, it could be writing content for like different things, for a publication, for even a website. Yeah, like you can write content for a website. Then there's data scientists, right? If you love numbers, if you love data, if you love analyzing, okay, the impact of how much data has on users or humans, yeah, you can explore this field. We have graphic designer. Basically, they're in charge of like designing anything what's called graphical when it comes to okay flyers, banners, posters, um, cards, like different things like graphical. Yeah, you can always learn about those things. Um, Graphic designer can there you can also be like a brand identity designer, right? Helping brands to like create um helping brands to like create their unique identity. Okay, from designing logos to designing like how those things will be applied on like different products and all of that. You also have customer service representative. Um, it's not just about like being like, oh, you say customer care, or how does customer care have to do it. There are a lot of ways you can leverage technology, even in like as a customer service representative. I've been able to learn how to use all of the tools, like CRM tools, to help your customers get better. It's a skill you can learn. All right. There's software developer. We have website tester. There's product management or product manager. We have researcher. We have video editors. All right. We have video editors if you're interested in like editing like videos. If you just love playing with your phone and like editing things, like taking pictures and editing them with a technology tool, you can go into that, right? We also have like affiliate marketer, basically, or if you have a large like crowd of audience and you want to be an affiliate marketer for your product, you can always reach out to them and say, okay, I want to be a marketer for your product and I get a discount of everyone that buys using my code or something like that. You can be a social media influencer. It's not just about, it takes a lot of skill, even knowing about technology to be able to become a social media influencer. Okay, knowing how to come up with the content, the captions, knowing how to edit your videos, knowing how to do some of these things, right? Takes you understanding some basic technology skills, right? So you can also be an animator, you can be a game developer, a blogger, you can be someone that writes grants proposal, right? You can be an artificial intelligence engineer. Like the list is endless, like I said. Okay, the list is actually endless if you want to come into like these different fields. Okay, so how can you come into like this field? I didn't really write or prepare content for that, but I'll just like take you through it. So basically, for me, I said I studied computer science in school, but I didn't really like apply it. But after school, that I got into an internship, H&D internship. Right, it was a remote internship with a lot of people. Right, but I took it upon myself that I actually wanted to learn this thing. So that's the first thing you need to know. You need to be sure that you actually want this. It's not just about and they're forcing me to learn it. Let me just learn it. No, you need to want it. You need to want to grow on a personal level because it's going to take a lot of sacrifices at the beginning. And honestly, for me, I know I have to spend all my savings on buying fuel, buying data, buying like different things. So you're in school, you know there are some times so from your pocket money you have or from your allowance, you have to remove a bit and like maybe use it to buy data. All right. You have to cut down your time you spend on social media, especially if that's not the skill you're learning, in order for you to learn or use your data to learn the actual skill you want. All right. Being able to take all of those sacrifices, like okay, you need to create time, okay, to read your schoolwork and also to now create time to learn the skill you want to learn, right? You also need to say, okay, I want to save up to maybe buy a laptop, or if I don't have a laptop yet, how can I leverage my phone to be able to learn these things? And honestly, it's actually possible, okay, because there are a lot of resources out there, 1,001 resources that can help you learn these things as fast as possible, no matter how little it is. And of the time, most of these courses are free. I know there's one by Google that is like absolutely free, right? Um, you get to see like different um so you get to like see like different things. So I'm trying to get that link so I can share with us. So it's a link by Google, right? It contains like different courses, different courses you can actually take from Google. And honestly, all the courses are free. All the courses are free. So I'm just going to pick the link out for us so we can, yeah, I think I found it. So we can always explore it, right? At least start from somewhere. By the time you finish this and you share your experience and you ask people, people can always tell you, okay, well, you know what, this is what you can learn next. So I'm just going to share the link with us. Yeah, so this is the link by Google. You can actually start from there and learn a skill. And also, you can always keep an eye out for um, free trainings as well. There are a lot of them out there. At least in the beginning, you might not be sure, okay, which one do you want to dive into yet. But the more you keep learning about different fields, the better you get an understanding of what you will be very good at. So back in school, I had an idea of website development. I had an idea of game development because I worked on a game development project, um, um, a game development research for my project. Okay, I had an idea of networking, computer networking. Well, it was like later after school that I now decided, okay, I wanted to dive into UX because I I knew that I was passionate about solving users' problems and like creating solutions for it. Okay, so you need to be after you've gone through like different trainings, at some point you definitely like know which one you should dive in. You know the one that gives you peace. Um you know the one that what's it called now? That you're comfortable working with. Okay. And honestly, no tech skill is like lower than the other. You just have to keep advancing in that particular skill that you pick. Right? No matter how little, right? There is always something higher for you to learn in that same field, in that same like part. You have to keep learning it. So explore as many resources as possible. Another thing is make Google your best friend because there are actually a lot of resources that you can find on Google, right? I would say I'm a self-trained UX learner because even the mentorship or the remote internship rather, I had to for every task that they would give us, I had to go online, go and learn about it, Google it, go and learn about it, and then come back and do the task that was given to us. So basically, going on YouTube, learning and finding out all of these things and where you want to actually be. Because when you learn these things in school, you start growing yourself. It doesn't become entirely new to you when you leave school. And you can even start making money while in school. I know a lot of people that are already making like thousands of naira, all right? Hundreds of thousands of naira just and they're still in school. And it's not like they're doing Yahoo Yahoo or anything. No, they have a technology skill that they have learned and they are working with. Right? Some of them they're in school, but they are working remotely for another company in a tech role. Right? So it's actually very, very so you start gaining your experience, you start gaining you start building your resume, your CV with like different skills. So those are like the different things you can actually do in order to reduce. Don't just come out of school and you start saying there's no job, there's no job, there's no job. Pick a skill from
Sorry,
today. All right.
sorry, please, sorry for cutting you short. I think we have just 2 minutes remaining. I set it for just a 45 minute session. I don't know if I could still add it back to continue till 8 o'clock. So I said I should inform you so you know what to
Um.
do.
All right. That's fine. If it's 2 minutes, I don't know. I'm not seeing the prompt here. I'm supposed to see the prompt if we have just
Okay,
two
let's
minutes left
continue
or
then.
something. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
supposed to see the prompt. Okay, but I think I've like rounded up with everything. Like the other thing I wanted to dive into is like questions. I don't know, did you get any questions from the people that registered on this particular topic? Like any questions that anyone would have on this topic? Is there any questions from the audience, or do you have like any questions of your own? All right. No questions from Mohammed. Okay. Anybody? Any questions? All right. So I think I'll take that as a no. Okay. So as I said, pick a new skill and go and research about it. right? There are always like resources out there that you can make use of. Free trainings here and there.
Can I say something?
All right, go ahead.
Okay, as regard the free training, also a participant of your free training, which you organize with I think American Center Hub Lagos,
Yeah.
the UI UX program.
Okay.
So it's also a free resource I got from
Yeah.
LinkedIn when you posted it.
That's it. That's it. Yes, and it actually takes you being in the right network to know about all of these trainings when they come. Okay. Right. So that's why I'm more particular about LinkedIn and like connecting with people. So you know, like when there's a training or when there's an opportunity or a seminar or a webinar, right? You always know, okay, um, you always know when it's about to happen. I know a lot of people, like after we started that free training, a lot of them kept reaching out to me, even as at week 4. Hey, can I still join? And I'm like, oh, we already started 4 weeks ago, right? So it takes you being in the right network to what's it called? You being in the right network to know about all of those opportunities. Okay. All right. So Emmanuel is asking, okay, which particular 5 skill will I recommend? Maybe just 5. Honestly, I don't normally do like top 5, top 10, all of those things. I just list out there. Okay. But if you want to know, okay, top 5 skills you should learn, honestly, the ratings are different depending on who is doing them. You can go on Google and type, okay, top 5 technology skill. The So you can go on Google and, all right, Ibukun, please can you mute your microphone? Right. So you can go on Google and actually type top 5 technology skill. And the thing is, the top 5 you get from this person will be different from the top 5 you get from another person. So it's all based on personal opinion. And I don't really say, okay, this is top 5 or this is top 10. Right? If I'm using top 5 or top 10 all of that, sometimes UX can be number 5, sometimes it can be number 10, sometimes it might not appear in top 20. But then I'll say, okay, because of that, I'm not going to learn UI UX. Okay, so I'll just advise you to go through any of this, right? And the one you see working for you, and the one you see that okay, you're exploring the opportunities under it, and it's working for you, it's paying well, you're learning new things. There are a lot of job opportunities under it. Yeah, you can always um, dive into it. Okay, I'm Marvelous. You can add something.
Okay. Concerning Emmanuel's question, I would say if you take a look at all these digital skills, you can look at the one that you feel that is relating to your strength. Like personally for me, I'm someone who likes designing on Canva, like right from time. That's like my house. I like designing. So when I thought of transitioning into technology, like taking a tech skill, UI UX was like the closest to it because I know that me, I cannot code. I can't. I looked at everything and that was like the closest to what I feel would be better for me. So I would say, Emmanuel, I think you should take a look at it and look at one that is suitable for you. Let me put it that way.
Yeah, that's very correct. Okay, you need to identify your likes, your passion. What are you passionate about? Yeah, as I said, for me, immediately I heard about UX, I just fell in love with it because I knew it was something I loved doing already. Like in my mind, like just thinking about okay, how to make a product better, all right? How to improve the experience I have while using products and all of that. Okay, so it just came naturally, being able to design, being able to research and do all of those things. So it just came naturally to me. So what you find like interesting might not be um what I find interesting. But it's also a good thing to at least have an idea in like more than one. Then you can now specialize in one exact one. Yeah. Because if someone is talking about some programming languages and everything, I know them. All right. I know them, I can do one or two things, writing codes, right? But that doesn't mean I now have to like go and specialize in like web development. Okay, yeah. So I don't know if there are like further questions. All right.